guess what we're seeing in the press and the media is an increased awareness of the dangers of cycling. Every month or two you read about somebody else who's fallen under a bus or a truck or something else. In the research we did a number of different kind of tasks on visual search. How quickly can people spot the bicyclist in amongst other lights in, say, a busy nighttime road scene, and in that kind of test, when we found participants found it much easier, hence or more rapid, in saying yes, there is a cyclist there, or no, there isn't, when the target of their search was a bike light like this, than when it was just a traditional bike light. And there it seemed that people were getting kind of confused, or can be confused potentially, in complex, on sort of busy, heavy traffic road scenes, when there are lots of different lights, but they all look kind of the same. And there's much more processing needed in order to say, hold on, is that a cyclist, or is it another car, or is it double-decker bus, or what is it? Whereas this has the kind of more sort of intuitive or more direct and unambiguous meaning. Well, we did a series of experiments here in the lab, at the Cross-Modal Research Lab in Oxford University, where we compared the Brainy Bike Lights to traditional front and back red and white lights for bicyclists, and found that our participants in the laboratory were able to respond significantly faster, picking out and responding to Brainy Bike Lights as compared to traditional lights, a saving of about 100 milliseconds, which equates to about 1.3 meters increased stopping distance for a car travelling at about 30 miles an hour, so could be significant in terms of road safety there. But also our brains kind of interpret symbols very rapidly, within a hundredth of a second quite often of seeing something. Our brains made a decision about what it is and how to respond, so seeing something like this will then sort of prime the driver's brain that this is a cyclist rather than some other kind of road user. The image and the priming is coming from the location that the driver should be aware of and sensitive to. So I believe that this kind of signal will be processed very rapidly, especially if that's appearing in an otherwise dark environment then without clutter. And if it's against other regular bike lights, then this may stand out because of its kind of uniqueness and differentiation. So I guess the advantage of this kind of bike light symbol as compared to traditional bike lights is both that it's clear what the meaning is. So with traditional lights there's an ambiguity of what the origin is it a cyclist, a motorcyclist, a part of a car, whereas this can only mean one thing, so it's a clarity of meaning as well as clarity of image. And separately from that, the other benefit is that if you can prime in a driver's mind feelings about sort of considerateness or vulnerability of cyclists or danger, of the benefit of this kind of light compared to traditional ones will be in terms of sort of priming certain notions in the mind of the driver. So when you see drivers, we did some questionnaires to see what drivers would think of when they saw that sort of symbol, and they were thinking of sort of vulnerability and danger. So priming the right sorts of thoughts that might help encourage drivers to kind of respond more safely, more considerately on the road. And that sort of benefit you wouldn't necessarily see if you just, on a sort of a dark night, see some sort of a red or white light out of the rear view mirror or the front mirror. You've got no idea what it is, and hence the bike light is unambiguously a bicycle.